Welcome to day 9 in Counting the Omer, Gevurah within Gevurah. When we are moving from one Sephiroth to the other, and every week there will be one day where we are in one Sephiroth, and the energy of that kind of becomes amplified. So we can really spend that day and dwelling in the energy or the aspect of only one Sephiroth or Sephirah. So as I explained yesterday, this diamond, when God shines its light on this diamond, it's all about strength. We all have this inner strength to discern, to wait, to know where to go next, what to choose, not to choose, what kind of action is the best for everyone. We have this innate quality of knowing good from evil, love from fear, hate from love. We feel it within our heart, within our belly, but very often our mind creates confusion. And it's not so strange that this confusion happens, because when we grow up, we get conditioned by our environment. And if we have this, if something happens in an early age and we feel like this is wrong, this is not an action coming from love, and we express that with our emotions, but our emotions gets rejected by our parents or those who are taking care of us or the society, we develop this pattern that we can't really trust our intuition about something. We can't trust our inner knowing of good and evil, good and bad. And when this happens again and again and again, we start to believe, the rejection, or we start to kind of suppress that inner knowing. And one of the biggest challenges when we are climbing these stairs towards heaven, towards enlightenment, is exactly this feeling of confusion. So in one moment we trust God and we feel this love and everything feels like it's flowing and we know exactly what to do and not to do. We feel powerful and strong within, and then suddenly there's a challenge or someone triggers us and we don't know what to do. Something feels wrong. That other person is maybe out of alignment with his or her truth or love coming from God. And we don't know how to handle it. Gevurah gives us the strength to wait, to sit with a trigger, or sometimes life gives us two choices, gives us an opportunity to choose something. And Gevurah gives us that strength to wait until the right solutions comes in its own timing, in the right timing. This is something I have been really, forced to work on in my life, because I could be very impulsive. And with my ex-partner, this was really a struggle to him, because he is on the other side of that. He's so afraid to make the wrong choice that he becomes almost, passive and fearful. So me on one side, I'm just acting, and I am willing to take the consequence of that, and not afraid actually to make the wrong choice in a way. But at the same time, when I'm acting too fast, I see that it actually can bring me really, big consequences that I really have to deal with later. And I see this in my mother as well. She has this desire, and something shows up for her, and she just jumps on it without really contemplating about it. So, and my father is the same. So I've learned this pattern from them, which is okay, I can be that rose. I don't need to judge myself, but I can also learn to wait. Because when I do that, when I'm using that strength of Gevurah to wait out, to see, not react, not respond, what comes after is this feeling that, wow, I am the master in my life. I can actually control a situation to go in the right direction, or the best direction for everyone. When a child grows up with parents who have some sets of rules, they can feel safe in that container. But if the parents have kind of create those rules out of fear and not from love, the child will most probably feel that something is wrong here. These rules are too strict, and it doesn't make sense to me. I feel constricted. I feel trapped. I feel like I'm, being held back from being my true nature here. I have a feeling that many of the religions have kind of projected their own fear when they have been making up all the rules. They want people to be on the right path. The intention is good. They want people to come closer to God. And they want to make some rules to make that happen. But they don't realize themselves that they are not developed enough, or they are not enlightened enough. So their rules becomes more constricted and fearful, and it projects this fear, their own fear, onto the people following them. Project this idea about sin and hell and the devil onto God. It's such a human mistake that my heart just breaks talking about it. God is love, only love and light and peace. But there are consequences coming from our actions, and the devil is within us. That judgment that comes from within, we created that. And in a way, one can see that since we are able to judge ourselves, it has to come from somewhere. And this way, one can see that there must be an aspect of God which is also judgmental in a way. But in what way? For me, this is really about karma and what we create. That one can actually make a judgment that, this was a good choice. This was actually not a good choice. This was an act of love. This was an act of fear. And one can look at that from a quite neutral place and with compassion and love. The Archangel working with the Gevurah is the Archangel Chamuel. Chamuel means the one who seeks God. And she works with our ability to connect with people from a place of love. She heals our past wounds, our relationship wounds, our heart. That power can help us to forgive people, to heal the past so we can move on into the future, being in alignment with the love of God. Because it's our past wounds and conditions that keeps us from doing that keeps us in separation from the highest good, from God's will. And that river of unconditional love continuously flowing through us. We are this river of love flowing from the masculine to the feminine and creating through us. Only thing that keeps us from that reality is the limited mind and the broken heart and karma and lessons coming from the past lives. And we are a part of this collective human experience, this network of, like we are in this spider web. And since we are one with this, it kind of also creates impulses in us. But we can actually free ourselves from that. And the more we practice, the more we connect with God within, love within, the easier it will be to take this step back and not react and change. We can change every situation into growth and love and harmony when we come from this neutral, unconditional love. Sometimes there must be like a little tough love, saying no, putting up boundaries, which is also really all about the Gevurah, boundaries. You know, saying no to a child, no, you can't eat ice cream for breakfast, lunch and dinner. It's not healthy for you. That's love. Responding to a co-worker, hey, your behavior is hurting me. Can we talk about this? That's love. adapting, because we are so afraid of talking our truth. That's fear. But we need to be aware of where we are coming from before we take that conversation. And if we are able to work on this strength, this spiritual strength, to not react, we will see huge effects in our lives, in the people we have closest to us. There's always a lesson to learn, something to heal in this meeting between you and another person. And God just wants to, flow through you and fill up your mind with these loving thoughts and forgiveness and this Athena figure who's a spiritual warrior who makes this order in a way, who is this pure channel of God's love, and she knows exactly how to create this balance, when to wait, when to act, what to choose, what to say no to. So let's call in Archangel Chamuel today and pray for healing and guidance. Dear Archangel Chamuel, I call upon you to come into our space, to come closer to me and to those who are listening. And please show us where we need healing within our hearts. Please show us where we need to forgive or be forgiven. Sometimes we need to forgive ourselves as well. Please show us how to forgive. Shine your light upon us. Place your hand upon my forehead. Open my third eye so I can see clearly. Melt away all those limited beliefs and conditionings that doesn't serve me anymore. That's not in alignment with God's unconditional love, with your love. Please embrace us in our humanity. Because we don't know better. No one taught us. Please give me the strength to just be and wait and see clearly the best solution for all included in those situations, in those relationships that I'm in right now. If there is something within me that keeps me separated from this God's love, and if there is something that keeps me separated from sharing that love with others, please melt that away, allowing that river to flow through me, to be shared. So I become this powerful channel, pure channel that can guide others and my human self in the right direction, allowing that river of love in the right direction. May you melt away and heal all the past wounds coming from my childhood. May you heal those who created those wounds as well. Teach me how to forgive them and how to forgive myself. Heal all those wounds and lessons coming from past lives as well. If there are some bonds or karma that brings me back to the same lesson again and again, please show me what I cannot see, so this can be healed and released and forgiven. I want to experience complete freedom within myself. I want to be one with God. And may this be. And may this also happen to all of those who are listening and all of the humans on this earth. May we discover this river of love, this endless unconditional love coming from you, God, within ourselves, so we can create harmony and love in all our relationships, and also our relationship with Mother Nature, with Mother Gaia. Amen.